Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: an acquaintance, a friend, a companion, a lover, a dancing partner, even teacher, for you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you will say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband, and this is my wife." I can't remember, but my first impression of him was when they were communicating, when he had reached out to her on Facebook, and she's saying, this guy, he's got like several friends in common with me, but I don't really know who he is, and I'm not sure if I should respond.
It's a good thing she did.
Right.
She was the cutest profile picture on
You
Facebook.
said hello.
I did say hello, to keep it simple.
Well, we first met in 2017.
Yes.
Apparently,
We
I
were
played for one of his auditions.
One of my auditions, and
we discovered that much later, but we
yeah.
met for real in 2021.
But it was like a haunting, it was a beautiful haunting of like, there you are 5 years before, there you are again.
So we were ready for each other.
But yeah, chatting on Facebook for 2 weeks.
I was on his Facebook suggested friends, and he was like, "Ooh, cute dog."
Cute
and then
dog.
I was there also.
We got a bunch of friends too, and then we chatted for
And then
2
we
weeks.
took Tassie for a walk together, and 7 hours later, he was doing magic tricks up on the roof, and we were still talking, and it's like, okay, I think I can keep him.
And I knew I wanted a second date before the first one ended, so I had to secure that too.
Yeah. Well, Andy came on our, when I saw him, when he messaged me, I was like, oh, he's cute. Who's this? But when he showed up on our first date, he was wearing, I think, 4 separate items of giraffe-themed clothing, which I loved because I was like, this is someone who knows who he is and he isn't afraid to show up as who he is. And then he asked me for a second date before the end of the first date, which, he knows what he wants and he's not afraid to ask for it. And that's how you've continued to show up in our relationship.
And for Nissa, Tassie was right there and she had to approve.
Yes.
And so she gave me the hug first that lasted 30 seconds. So
the dog.
I've always technically known Tassie just 30 seconds longer than Nissa, which is, how it was.
Yeah.
And I love it. And then she was just the cutest. We met at the Krispy Kreme in Times Square because we were both talking about what we could get for free with our vaccination. With the COVID shot, yes, our COVID cards. And we didn't get a chance to go in that first night, but a year later, on our year anniversary, we went in.
Got our Krispy Kreme.
We finally got
another one for the honeymoon.
That's
We
right.
already have plans back to the Krispy Kreme
back to
before
the
the
Krispy Kreme.
airplane.
Before the airplane.
Airplane Krispy Kreme. Yeah.
I had heard through Andy, maybe after about a month of knowing Nissa, that I think this is the one, Mom. And I'm like, really? Well, that's cool. And I met her on the video first, and she was very peppy and happy and smiling, and she goes, hi, hi.
We did it.
But
Yeah.
we did this
Did it,
together.
and-
Everyone we love is here to cheer us on. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you how much I love you, and then we're gonna have a party.
I got a few things to say, and then let's
Yeah.
dance it up on the floor.
We did it, and I couldn't be happier.
I'm so proud of us.
I met Andy when he came to Boise for a party. And I thought, oh my, who's this tall, handsome man? And he just smiled and sparkled right away.
for certain, for Andy, there's many, many stories I could tell. But I remember when he was quite young, we used to make faces, and I'd say, okay, happy face, and he'd smile, and I say sad face, and he'd, make faces, and I'm like, little did I know that that was going to be his profession of making faces and entertaining people with his ability to do so.
I think the first time I met Andy, I thought to myself, I've never seen a cartoon character in real life. And that was absolutely him. And so when I try to think of like a funny story, I can't, because every time I'm around Andy, it's just joyful. Like he's just fun. Everything feels funnier when I'm around him. And I'm really glad he's part of my life.
So Nissa is a professional musician, and she studied classical music originally. She does theater now, but she would practice at home, and I would sit in the bedroom while she practiced and cry, because the beauty of her playing, it was just extraordinary. The sensitivity, and nobody else was listening to her. She's just practicing at home, so that's one of my top memories.
They had the opportunity to come to Milwaukee or in Mequon for a little bit while she was working at the Repertory Theater, and they stayed with us, and they brought their little dog, and somehow between the dog and herself they came up with the nicknames of Mama Mac and Papa Mac. And so
that was him.
yeah, it was really cute. And so that's how we first met her in person, and it was a wonderful time, because it was more time than we've ever had to know her personally. So it was great. And now she's just like so generous with her love and her compliments about everything. And she's a great cook, great Italian cook.
I don't think Andy ever wants to hear relationship advice from me ever again. Because more often than not, when I lived with him and he was having girl troubles, my advice was, that sounds terrible, you need to break up with her. So I will never have to give that advice to you ever again, because you don't need it. You don't need any advice from me.
I guess my biggest bit of advice is keep laughing and have fun and joking. And I think they're very good at this.
may all be seated. Welcome to you all. We have come together this afternoon to celebrate the marriage of Andy and Nissa and to pledge our love and support to them. Today, their marriage is recognized in the eyes of the law, welcomed by the community of their friends and family, and cherished by the spirit of love. Today, they are pledging their vows to be one forever together. Marriage is a discipline. It is one path through which we can grow in compassion and commitment to truth, love, and service to the world. Marriage is also a shared journey. As they grow together, Nissa and Andy will foster one another's strengths, and they will provide one another with the reassurance and love needed to overcome challenges. And marriage is a commitment to change. Sometimes our human love falls short, and we need to forgive and be forgiven. Those who marry are signs of patience and reconciliation to each other. Andy and Nissa, we rejoice with you. We are glad to join with you in the celebration of your marriage, to witness your vows, to pray with you, to stand with you, and to wish you joy in your life together. Before we proceed, we ensure that today's vows are made as a free choice in the presence of a loving community of family and friends. In response to each question, the beloved will reply, "I will." Andy, of your own free choice, will you take Nissa to be your wife?
I will.
Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Nissa, of your own free choice, will you take Andy to be your husband?
I will.
Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Nissa and Andy's parents, you'll reply, "We will," to this commitment. As Andy and Nissa enter a new life together, will you give them your blessing and promise to always support them? Now, everybody, friends and family who have come to witness this exchange of vows, will you do all in your power to support this marriage now and in the years ahead? Together we say, "We will." Having made these declarations, we pray that our Creator and Sustainer sends blessings to Andy and Nissa. In the years ahead, may they be faithful to the vows they will make this day, and may they grow one together forever. Together we say, "Let it be so."
Let it be so.
Now, to invite us to reflect on the lifelong journey awaiting Nissa and Andy, their mothers will offer 2 readings. We will begin with a reading from the mother of the groom.
This reading is called A Time to Laugh. Laugh when people tell a joke. Otherwise, you might make them feel bad. Laugh when you look in the mirror. Otherwise, you might feel bad. Laugh when you make a mistake. If you don't, you're liable to forget how ultimately unimportant the whole thing really is, whatever it is. Laugh with small children. They laugh at mashed bananas on their face, mud in their hair, dogs nuggling their ears, the sight of their bottoms as bare as silk. It renews your perspective. Clearly, nothing is as bad as it could be. Laugh at situations that are out of control. When the best man comes to the altar without the wedding ring, laugh. When the dog jumps through the window screen at the dinner guests on your doorstep, sit down and laugh a while. When you find yourself in public in mismatched shoes, laugh as loudly as you can. Why collapse in mortal agony? There's nothing you can do to change things right now. Besides, it's funny. Ask me. I've done it. Laugh at anything pompous, at anything that needs to puff its way through life in robes and titles. Will Rogers laughed at the public institutions of life. For instance, you can't say civilization isn't advancing. He wrote, in every war, they kill you in a new way. Finally, laugh when all your carefully laid plans get changed. When the plane is late, and the restaurant is closed, and the last day's screening of the movie of the year was yesterday. You're free now to do something else, to be spontaneous, to take a piece of life and treat it with outrageous abandon.
And now we'll hear more wisdom from the mother of the bride.
Okay, this is called union. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations, that began with when we're married and continue with I will and you will and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it all. Every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. An acquaintance, a friend, a companion, a lover, a dancing partner, even teacher, for you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you will say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife.
So I'm not the actual officiant of today's ceremony. Andy and Nissa have chosen to undertake a self-uniting wedding ceremony. This is an option that is provided by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as a reflection of its Quaker heritage. But actually the tradition of couples marrying each other through the exchange of vows goes back thousands of years. So we can walk today in that tradition. So now I will step aside and Andy and Nissa will exchange their vows.
To my Nis, my suspense, my Mingo. ILYSSM. Love Andy Danger. Nissa Suspense Comfrey Kale. I love you. I'm so happy and lucky that I found you. even though we happened to be in the same audition room 5 years before we even went out. I remember chatting with you for over 2 weeks until I finally worked up the courage to ask you on a date. Granted, that date was about a month away. And you were so bold, wonderful, and exciting for suggesting a date perhaps in the next week. And that we could save my date for a little later on like the second or third date if all went well. It did, yeah. We agreed on June 25th, a mostly outdoors date to hang out with you and Tassie. We would meet in front of the Times Square's Krispy Kreme for a free donut. You were in a beautiful striped dress and a jean jacket, your hair stunning, your eyes the most beautiful brown. Van Morrison lyrics would forever whisper in my ear. Your smile, the best there ever was. And there was the cutest doggo beneath you. Tassie! I have technically known Tassie 30 seconds longer than you. She did have to approve. Thank goodness I got the leg hug. With a trip to the dog park followed by 7 hours of rooftop chatting, tacos, and not limited to magic tricks and trying out the cheesiest pickup lines, our first kiss happened. I had to ask you out for a second date before we finished the first. I couldn't help myself. I knew I had to see you again. I had to impress you with my improv. And you said, yes, and D. Yes. Nissa, you and I have created such glorious dating memories, from pier hopping to outrunning thunderstorms, biking on the beach to seafood boils, all the inside jokes we've had over animal sounds and will continue to do so. You are the queen of itineraries and planning, and I'm working up to match your brilliance. Nissa, you carry all the beautiful traits of a flamingo. You're ever so poised with a glorious, gorgeous pinkish blush about you. You stay together with your flamboyancy. You create such strong bonds, and you make sure everyone is well fed. Your Italian ancestors would be forever proud of you. Your nature is so welcoming to the ones you love, and even to complete strangers. You bestowed upon me the mindset of offerings, and it has made me even more confident that I have found the woman of my dreams. What can I offer to make someone's life just a bit easier, or to help them enjoy something just a bit more? I've also been awestruck by how you navigate this crazy business we call show. Your artistry continues to inspire my artistry. I've watched you balance so many projects at the same time, cater to each one of them with passionate, collaborative spirits, and make sure everyone feels supported in the room and on the stage. Your Nissa-ness is truly a spectacle to behold, and I get to soak up all of your amazing Nissa on a daily basis. You are my constant supporter. No matter the day situation, what the news is, you have my back going into the trenches of life. We yes and each other so beautifully, and when one of us finds a great idea, we bounce that idea back and forth, and eventually our brilliant plan is so multifaceted that we simply must celebrate by doing that very fun thing. Sharing that process with you continues to prove to me that our one forever together will be full of love, magic, and making the most with any means. The love we have given to each other since the day we met has been nothing short of the best love that there is. Our clear communication, our ever-growing discussions, the life lessons learned, the inside jokes created. Well, what we can accomplish in a day, I'm so proud of our journey over these last almost 3 years together and for all the years ahead of us. I promise to be your towering giraffe so you can wander the world like the confident flamingo you are and not quite so lost like the baby duck you once were. I promise on a long day of adventuring, snacks will be packed, avoiding hangerness, and we will have refreshing hydration on hand. I promise that on any day that doesn't go according to plan, you will have my warm embrace to give you peace and love. I vow to look after and take care of you when you are sick, spoil you when you are healthy, encourage you to rest if you feel overworked, and assure you that no matter the task, dilemma, hardship, venture, we've got this. We'll both face the effects of an ever-changing industry, I promise to support our new ventures, our new connections, to learn, grow, and build opportunities together. Thank you, Nissa. Thank you for replying. Thank you for listening. I've at numerous times questioned my career, the curveballs I've been thrown and the opportunities I've questioned. You've been, and you continue with all of your love as a gentle guiding light, showing me the pros and cons, offering me so much love and support in every major decision and road bump that has occurred, and I'm so very lucky and grateful for your patience. I see a magical future for us, whether it includes a backyard full of doggos or kids playing around in the backyard, a beach to ride our bikes on and have a picnic, premieres to walk the red carpets, or even if it's our little family watching a scary movie at midnight, eating coconut popsicles, or trips to the dog parks at sunset. Our future is all so very beautiful, so much fun, so simple. Life with you, for one and forever. It sounds spectacular. I love you so stinking much. Your turn.
Andy Alexander Danger Mac McCain. You light me up inside. Even before we met in person, you lit me up. I can remember being in Cincinnati when we just started getting to know each other. And one of my housemates saw me see a notification from you pop up on my phone. "Who's that?" She said. "You're in love with them." And of course I wasn't yet. We haven't even met yet. But you lit me up. And it's still the same. A call or a text from you, seeing you when you come home, waking up to a new day with you. I didn't know what we'd be at first, but I could see you have this beautiful light inside of you that lights up everyone around you. When you tried my cactus taco on our first date, the first of many, many shared food adventures to come, and the fact that you also are a food sharer, how Tassie instantly loved you. Our second date, it's the little things. Our second date, when you turned around with care to make sure that I got down off the curb okay in my high heels. And then our first mini travel adventure to Coney Island, when we got our sandwiches just in time for the fireworks, and we felt like a team for the first time, despite absolutely nothing going as planned. But we still got our first yearly Wonder Wheel photo. Mm-hmm. You got me. Always with bugs. Every day, the way you show up for life, for me and those around you, inspires me to grow towards being a better person, to be a more present person in our life together and in everything I do. You inspire me with your willingness to say yes and to life. I love watching you create as an artist and how you strive for a constantly deeper connection both to the characters in the story and to the audience, inviting them in. And I love how you approach life that way too. I love your deep care for those around you, your joyful sense of humor, your willingness to try new things with an open heart and mind, including vegetables. I had to throw that in there. And how earnestly and openly you approach everything you do. Since we found each other, I am more present in my day-to-day life, enjoying all the little things, having someone to strive hand in hand with, but not without the finger hugs. You are my biggest motivator, my biggest stress reliever, and you encourage me to keep going, and you encourage me to allow myself time to rest. I am happier, more balanced, more open, and more truly myself with you than I ever was before. Everything from the big things like international travel to little moments with the doctors is more exciting when I share it with you. Wherever you are is home, and I feel fully myself when we're together. You know when I'm tired and need a break before I do. You lift me up or calm me down, and you always know when to pack emergency string cheese. Not right now. It's okay. Maybe later. Maybe later. Yeah, thank you. I love that we build off of each other's jokes, like our endless animal inside jokes, starting with pandas and our subway pointing parrot, to when I told you I loved you with a "you bet giraffe I love you" keychain. to our current run on koala puns. I am sure we'll come up with even more animal jokes after spending some quality time. You're welcome. And please, every creative idea we have together grows into something fun and our connection builds. So with all the love in my heart and happiness in every part of me, it is my absolute joy to take you as my husband, my one forever please, today and always. I am so lucky to get to love you, and I'm so lucky to get to be loved by you. I promise to be by your side, in my heart, even when we aren't together, to celebrate every win, big and small, to lift you up when you need a boost, and to be there to take care of you always, and also to allow you to take care of me too. I vow to always see us as a unit, a partnership, a team. What's mine is yours, is ours, and I dedicate myself to our shared dreams, our shared life, and our one forever together. I love everything about you. I love everything about you. And I promise to always love you and always remind you how loved you are, not just by me, but by everyone who really knows you. Thank you for being by my side every day of the wedding planning, from when we first started talking about it in Italy, long before we were engaged, to all the adventures of the past year and a half as we made plans to bring all of our loved ones here today. It is my absolute joy to get to spend the rest of my life as your partner, as your wife. You are my family. You are my home. You are the love of my life. And I promise to be yours, your Mingo, now and always. I love you.
You have delivered your beautiful vows before your friends and family, and now it's time to exchange rings as a symbol of your lifelong commitment. Would our best man please bring our rings for blessing and exchange? Let's put them right here. Thank you. We ask for blessing upon these rings. Grant that Andy and Nissa, as they wear them, may always have a deep faith in one another. May they always live together in peace, goodwill, and love. Together we say, let it be so. Let it be so. Andy will begin by offering a ring to Nissa. Take this ring.
Nissa, take this ring
as a sign of my love and fidelity.
as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Andy, take this ring
As a sign of my love and fidelity.
as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Please join me in congratulating Andy and Nissa. We now pray in celebration. All praise and blessing to the creator of the universe and source of all love. All praise to you, for you created joy and gladness, feasting and laughter, pleasure and delight. To each of these prayers, we will all respond with the words, Spirit of love, bless this marriage. We pray for Andy and Nissa and give thanks that you have brought them together in marriage. We pray, Spirit of love, bless this marriage. We give thanks for the love and care of their families, friends, and communities, which has prepared them for this commitment. We pray,
Spirit of love, bless this marriage.
May they grow together in faithfulness and honesty, in mutual support and patience. We pray.
Spirit of love, bless this marriage.
May their life together be a sign of love in this broken world. May forgiveness heal injury and joy triumph over sorrow. We pray.
Spirit of love, bless this marriage.
In their home, may they nurture all those under their care. We pray.
Spirit of love, bless this marriage.
In all their future together, may they enjoy each other's lives and grow through the love that they share. We pray.
Spirit of love, bless this marriage.
May they reach old age in the company of friends. We pray. Spirit of love, bless this marriage. Andy and Nissa will now go out into the world as one. We show our love through the vows that we speak, through the gifts that we give, but also through our actions. So it is only appropriate that they seal their commitment with a kiss.
But you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my best. This and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do you, but do you, but do you want to come on? I scooch on over closer, dear, and I will nibble your ear. So de ba ba boom ba boom.
Alrighty, here comes the crew. We have the bridesmaids, Ellie Kale, Elsie Shepherd, and Laura Haywood. Next, we have the groomsmen and women. We have Ben Wolf, Joey Yo, Ashley Herndon, and Corbin Puryear. Give it up for your maid of honor and best man, Rebecca Simmons and Christopher McCain. Your bride and groom, Mrs. Nissa Kale and Mr. Andy McCain together.
Thank you all so much for making it this far in this love story of one forever. It's just so great to see you all. And some of you came from far, some of you came from near. You know I'm a crier, so it's great. But I just can't believe it came. It's here, and we're loving every second of it and seeing all of your wonderful smiling faces. So thank you. We love you.
And I echo that. Thank you so much for everyone who traveled here, for everyone who helped put this together. I want to thank my gorgeous maid of honor, Rebecca Simmons, and my sister-in-law, Elizabeth Kale and Kelsey Shepard, and Lord Haywood, my brother, my handsome brother, Noel Kale. Everyone, you've been helping us plan this from day one, and my mom and my dad and everyone, and your parents, my new in-laws. Yes. I'm gonna stop listing. I'm gonna stop listing so that you can get to the food and the party. But thank you for being here. We love you. It meant so much to look out and see all of our loved ones from his side of the family and my side of the family all together. We are so happy you're here.
Ditto. Dinner. Who's hungry? Who's hot? You're all wonderful. Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Taylor.
One of the things that started out in kindergarten and in grade school is we would go to teachers' conferences, and the teacher would say, "So you must be Andy's dad." And I would worry about that, and I would say, "Yeah, I am Andy's dad." And then during his 4 years in high school, he was a professional magician, and so I was his assistant, and I hid behind the trunk and handed him the next trick and all that sort of thing. And then as the show ended, kids would come up to me and say, "Are you his dad?" And I would say, "Yeah." Then we got to the era of college when Andy went off to college, and then later on in his theater performances. And I would meet the cast, and I would meet the crew and audience members. I would brag that that was my son up on stage. And the voice tones got a lot better. It would be, "Andy, you're Andy's dad. You must be real proud." Well, I'll tell you, I've been holding that title for over 38 years, and it's a great title to have. So you can, if you forget my name is Richard, that's okay. You could just call me Andy's dad. Everybody else does. So. But now I'd also like to introduce you to Andy's mother, Claire. Claire, would you stand up? Claire is the guiding theater light in Andy's life. She's not only a wonderful mother, but she was his drama teacher and his theater director through high school. And it's what started him out in the career of acting. House is full of props everywhere, and our library consists of play scripts and musical scores. And with Andy's brother, Chris, best man, in the movie industry, there is no escaping the performing arts in our family. Now we're really fortunate to add Nissa to the family because she brings some strong musical talents to the family portfolio. So we're really, really happy to have her there. Now I would like to introduce everyone that was the contingent for our family who came here from California, Colorado, Kentucky, Florida, and Wisconsin. Would you just raise your hands? Okay. Thank you so much for making the journey. Now I'd like to thank Nissa's family for their warm welcome. And I met everybody here for the first time this weekend, and it's been nothing more than kindness and love all around. So would you raise your hands, please? Okay. Okay, now let's do a quick survey of all the friends and family that knew Nissa before they met Andy. Would you raise your hand? Okay, thank you. Okay, now let's do it in reverse. All those people that knew Andy before they met Nissa, raise your hand. Okay, now what you see here is a joining of two groups of families, two groups of friends and family that formed together the new family for Nissa and Andy, and I think that's real special today. As they form their new family, they need to realize that their family is more than just the two of them and two dogs, that all these people are here. Okay. Most importantly, I want to officially welcome Nissa, our new daughter-in-law, into the family as we look forward to sharing many joyful times together with you and your wonderful family and friends that we've met here. And I want to thank you for including us into your wedding celebration. Thank you. Okay. One last thing, if you look over on the far right there, my right, you'll see the congratulation board. Please sign one of the little confetti strips on the board. You can write a message, you can just sign your name, you can write love, but that's their memory keepsake that they'll take back with them. And there's Sharpie felt markers over there, and so sometime before you celebrate too much or you depart tonight, please go over there and scribble a little message on there. Okay, thank you.
Let's hear it again for Andy's dad. Next, I am looking for Noel Kale.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Noel Kale. This is younger brother. It's so wonderful to have you all here to celebrate them this evening. I just wanted to share a few thoughts and a brief toast in honor of Nissa and Andy. First, Nissa, you have always been, oh boy, I'm not going to make it through this. You have always been my partner in adventures and navigating all that comes our way, from flying to Mexico as kids to your setting an example for academic achievement. I can't tell you how many times I heard from teachers, oh, you're Nissa's brother. To your always being there to protect and support me in sad or uncertain times. And to maybe most importantly, showing how to live life in a way that embraces your passions while always showing up with an infectious joy. That passion and joy only further blossomed when you met Andy, and your happiness was so apparent. Andy, I'm so glad that you met my sister. As I've gotten to know you, it's clear that you share her joyous energy in how you approach every day. In addition to that and a dedication to your artistic craft, you also have a genuine and caring approach to life, which, along with some magic, helped you break through the little kid shyness of both my boys in record time. You've been Uncle Andy for a while now, but I'm glad to be able to officially call you family. To you both, I think I speak for all of us in saying I'm excited to see where married life takes you and look forward to celebrating not just today, but all that is to come. So if you wouldn't mind raising a glass to Nissa and Andy. Cheers.
Next up, we have Christopher McCain. Christopher, where are you?
Where to begin? So I guess I'll get the easy stuff out of the way. Like everyone else, I'd like to thank everyone that could be here for the two, Andy and Nissa, for their wedding. I am so happy to be here myself. My life is so busy, and I cleared the way, made it possible to be here no matter what, of course. Never miss it for the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Andy's brother, Chris. We are 10 and a half years apart. And when I meet people, I either get the, oh, you're Andy's brother, Chris, or, hey, you're Andy's brother, Chris. So it just depends on maybe where we were standing at the time. And, with our difference in age, Andy and I, we didn't quite have the relationship that we do now. I mean, I was the older brother, 10 and a half years apart, and he was just a kid. As you all know now, and many of you do know, we were raised into the theater arts. We have Mom to thank since I was a boy, since he was a boy, and other people out there forever and ever. When I went to college and got a job finally, I moved away to New Mexico while Andy was just getting into high school. When Andy got into college, he went to Catawba and made a point of moving to the other side of the country. It wasn't until more recent years that Andy and I grew older that we became good friends as well as brothers. Andy and I have had amazing bonding experiences over the years as we've spent time in North Carolina, going to a couple of concerts, in New Mexico, climbing mountains in the cold and rain in the middle of August that should have actually been summer, in Colorado in a hot tub in minus 27-degree weather when the steam was snowing back down on top of us from the hot tub, Georgia on the hunt for good fried chicken. The time I have spent with both of you, short enough as it was, in New York, and our parents' great anniversary trip to Spain and Portugal that we have countless things to laugh about forever. Over the many years in both theater, opera, and film, I had hoped that you had looked up to me, but it's I who look up to you. You have found Nissa, your companion and your best friend, someone who could please you and puts up with Andy's flaws. I remember only a few years ago at Christmas, you came home only with a few short months of knowing Nissa and said, "This is the one." I may have even glanced to peek over your shoulder on FaceTime video to see that Nissa really was the one and is the one. You have all seen many social media posts about their love story. How could you not? In fact, I'm not sure that I see much else sometimes on Facebook. Their passion for arts, and of course their love for dogs, Cassie and BB, and all animals. Their many travels together, and their many fancy dinners and ice creams. A strange attachment to lemons that I don't quite understand. And of course, the giraffes and flamingos. Have any of you heard of this towering flamboyance that's been going around? I know we've seen a little bit of it over the last few days, and I saw a picture showing a tall giraffe standing over a flamingo. And, you know, if not, I guess really it's kind of like a hybrid of a giraffe and a flamingo together. Now that this union has really happened, can you imagine what this might really look like? I can. It looks like this. These creatures are actually very rare and can only be found on rare occasions. In this case, a restroom wallpaper in Long Beach, California. This is real. Every time I see one or both giraffe and flamingo, I think of Andy and Nissa. And based on what I found out about these animals, I'd like to share a little wisdom, some of which you already know, that applies to both of you. Always stand tall. Embrace your beauty. And strive for balance, both of you. You are both unique, and there is no one else like you. You don't need to fit in. You have each other. Enjoy life together. I love you, man. And I'm so happy you found Nissa. And I'm so happy to have a sister. One more thing. Our heavenly Grandma B would be so proud today, looking down on both of you. Let's raise a glass to Andy and Nissa. I love you guys. Congratulations. I have no glass.
Let's hear it for Chris. And finally, I am looking for Rebecca Sivitz.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rebecca Sivitz, and I feel incredibly honored to stand here today as Nissa's maid of honor. They say that in speeches like these, you should begin by recounting when you first met the bride or groom. But for Nissa, for me, that's impossible, because Nissa's been my best friend for quite literally as long as I can remember. Nissa and I grew up together on Bainbridge Island. My guess is that we met playing recreational soccer, as evidenced by the adorable team photos that we have, or in class. We shared countless memories, whether it was playing around with makeup during sleepovers, choreographing dances to Britney Spears or NSYNC songs, stargazing from the bow of her mom's boat, or causing mischief downtown with water balloons. Nissa was always there. Those memories continued into college and beyond, whether it was getting in trouble with Nissa's residential advisor when I visited her at college, singing Jellicle Cats strolling around Midtown Manhattan, or taking awkward stage door selfies with Laurie Metcalf. Nissa is woven into the fabric of my fondest memories. And for that, I count myself one of the luckiest people in the world. That's because Nissa is one of the very best people I have ever met. Nissa is a 10 out of 10 person. She's not just a friend, she's a shining example of kindness, selflessness, and understanding. Nissa is the kind of person that makes the world a better place just by being in it. Nissa's journey to finding her soulmate wasn't without its bumps, and it baffled me because if there's anyone that deserves a love story straight out of a fairy tale, it's Nissa. And while I don't want to betray any confidences, I went through my text messages from when Nissa and Andy first met, so thought I'd give a little peek into their early love. The first I ever heard about Andy was on June 23rd when Nissa messaged me, "Hey, how's it going out there? Guess what? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I have a date on Friday. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. I'm really excited actually, so just wanted to share with you." After that date on July 1st, Nissa reported, "He is so sweet, and I think there's potential there for sure." After the second date, she reported, "I had a good second date with Andy yesterday. He's such a sweetheart." And while I'll keep the rest of the messages attorney-client privilege between me and Nissa, with Andy's parents here, I had to share one more message with Andy. I received the following message. "OMG, I had a like on an older pic from my Instagram account. I didn't recognize, so I looked up to see who it was. Andy's dad, LOLOL." Bless his heart. And the first rule of social media is don't click anything. But I guess he must have told his parents about me. As their love story unfolded, I found myself increasingly eager to meet Andy. I may not have had a clear picture in my head of the kind of man that Nissa would end up with, but Andy fits the bill perfectly. The love and support that Andy showers on Nissa is beautiful. From grand romantic gestures to just everyday acts of kindness, like tirelessly tackling laundry duty. As an aside, I think nearly 100% of the time I've been at the apartment with the two of them, Andy has done something related to doing laundry. Andy's mix of charm, silliness, and sincerity render him Nissa's perfect match. In closing, I want to raise a toast to Andy and Nissa. Nissa, seeing you find your happily ever after with Andy fills my heart with immense joy. Andy, you're an absolute gem, and I've so loved getting to know you, and I'm so happy that you and Nissa found each other. To Nissa and Andy, may your love story be as timeless as it is beautiful. Here's to a lifetime of happiness, love, and loads of laundry. Cheers.
All right, give it up for Rebecca. And now we would like to invite Andy and his mother out for a special little dance.
When there's no one complaining, there'll be days like this. Everything falls into place like the flick of a switch. Well, my mama told me there'll be days like this.
Will the family and friends please join them on the dance floor? They'd like you all out there to get together and
trees of green,
do it.
Red roses too, I see them bloom.
There we go. Don't be shy.
For me and you. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
All right, put your hands together for the beautiful couple and their family and friends. Next, shortly, very soon, we will be inviting you over to watch them cut their cake.
Deeply touching my emotion. I want to stop. Thank you, baby. I want to stop. And thank you, baby. Yes, I do.